Good morning to you, everyone. Today, my name is Ayodele-Bamisaiye. I'm coming to you live from the city of Calgary this morning, and it's Finance Friday. I know my timing has been off over the last little while. I typically like to be here sometime between 8:50 and 9:10 a.m. on Fridays. But hey, the important thing is that we are here. And I count it an opportunity to be able to come and just share my thoughts. And I'm grateful that I get people that listen. Um, the point is just for us to be aware. So it's Finance Friday. We're talking all things tax and tax planning. Why do I talk about taxes? Hey, because taxes are your one-time biggest bill that lasts the entirety of your adult life from age 18 until your dying day. As a Canadian, you continue to have to deal with taxes. That's why I come to do this every Friday morning. Before I dive into the meat of the matter today, I wanted to bring to our attention, as usual, that for my low income persuasion listeners, if you have tax returns that are due for filing that are outstanding, whether it's 1 year, 2 years, 10 years, 15 years. My fine friends at the Financial Empowerment Initiative are excited to support you to help you get those tax returns filed so that you can get the benefits that the government of Canada has for you. So if you need help that way, you can send an email to operations@thefei.ca and somebody will reach out to you to book an appointment to make that happen. That's number one. Number two, Founders Lounge by Startup Court will be here again next week, Thursday. That's like 6 days away. Yes. And that's going to be fun. It's happening at the platform. My friend, the Evangelo Puta, is going to be there talking personal productivity and artificial intelligence. We know that this is, we're at the home stretch. We're heading, Q3 is wrapping up. We're heading into Q4. There are lots of goals that you want to achieve, things you want to get done. Personal productivity will definitely add fuel to that fire. And we are looking to support you in that process. So come around, let's have a good conversation around artificial intelligence and how it can support your personal productivity. That said, this is September, right? Where Q3 is wrapping up. We're heading into Q4. What are my thoughts as far as tax planning is concerned? Hey, so this is that time of the year when you're asking yourself, am I on course as far as my plan for the year is concerned? That's assuming you had a plan. Hello. So if you did not have a plan at the beginning of the year, well, there's nothing to correct on. However, there are still things you can do. So if you had a plan, you are saying, okay, how much did I plan to make? How much have I made so far? How much am I likely to make before December 31? That's number one. Then you're asking yourself, what is the likely tax consequence of all that cheddar that I've pulled in? So every dollar you earn results in a tax situation, whether that's a bill or a recovery. It results in a tax situation. And one thing that you should do as an informed individual, somebody who is enlightened enough to look into your own personal best interest, is to say, okay, what is the tax implication of this additional income? So when you find yourself, what you can do at this time is to say, okay, if I'm making this much, what's the tax consequence? Am I going to have to pay? Am I going to get a recovery? If you have to pay, what can I do to mitigate that payment? Are there credits I can take? Are there deductions that I can get? Are there things I can do about it? So you're asking yourself that question right now, and those answers are driving the perspective from which you are going to run the rest of Q3 into Q4, i.e., the rest of the year. So whether you're in enterprise or whether you are in employment, as the case may be, having that conversation at this time of the year is great for you, because guess what? There's enough of the year gone for you to say, oh, it's been a great year, or while we haven't done so well this year. At the same time, there's still enough of the year to say, okay, if things have happened this way, this is what I'm going to do differently to get a better result, as the case may be. So for example, if you're somebody that should be paying installments on your taxes, As at now, you should be at least a good half, if not three-quarter way, paying your installments for the year. If you are not, then you are dealing with that from a cash flow perspective. If you are more likely, you have your remittances already made by your employer, then you are saying, okay, am I making the right contributions to my RSP so that I can claw back some of these taxes? Those are the questions that you need to be asking yourself. And you're not waiting till January to get answers. You are getting those answers now so that we know what we're going to do between October, November, and December to get that crystal clear, that lovely result. Whether that's a big check back in the mail or a significantly reduced tax bill, whatever that answer is, we know what we need to do to get that answer in January based on the work that we do in Q4. So, what are the things I typically would tell you to take a look at? If you're a business owner, you are looking at business use of personal assets. So, do you run your business from your home? Do you run your business using your personal car? Those things have a tax implication for you. So there are records that you need to keep. There's information that you need to gather that will make that process easy for you when it's time to file that tax return. So I'm asking you, do you have your vehicle log? Are you capturing your home office expenses? How about training and education credits, meals and entertainment, business development, networking events, marketing, trade shows? You've gone through the summer. You've done quite a bit of work in the summer in terms of, putting yourself out there, sharing, letting people know about your business, getting new clients. Fingers crossed, hope you signed one or two very nice contracts that's putting money in your pocket. That will be great. But you are getting all those costs captured and recorded in a manner that makes it easy for you to retrieve them and include them in your tax return. So if you've not spent any time tracking your expenses at all, this is the time to do that. The other thing you need to be looking at this time is, hey, how am I going to pay myself? Are you paying yourself a salary or a dividend? Or are you going to run a shareholder loan for the rest of the year? What exactly is your plan? And based on that plan, you need to be saying, okay, I've paid myself, I'm paying myself a salary. This is how much I've remitted in statutory deductions. If there's a delta, make sure that you have that delta set aside, ready to go. If there's no delta, great. That means you're good. And if you're taking a dividend, that means most likely at the end of the year, you'll be declaring the dividend. And you should be setting aside the cash for the taxes, the personal taxes at that point in time. Cash flow. See, I was getting ahead of myself. So you are looking at cash flow and saying, okay, have I set aside enough cash to pay my corporate taxes if you are a business owner running a corporation, or my personal taxes if you are a business owner running a corporation and paying yourself a salary, or you are a self-employed sole proprietorship, right? You are looking at that and you're answering that question. If you're able to do that for yourself, that makes a world of difference, because guess what? You're not ending the year holding on to a whole bunch of money that should have gone to the CRA, which will result in interest and penalties. We want to avoid interest and penalties on installments. That is why we are having this conversation. Now, positioning for Q4 success. What are the things that you need to do? You are looking at your situation and saying, oh, what contributions do I need to make to my RSPs? Which will have a tax benefit? What contributions do I need to make to my TFSAs, which align with my long-term financial plan? You are saying, hey, do I need to buy? Are there assets I need to acquire? Are there trips I need to pay for? Is there education I need to pay for that I have cash to make those payments now rather than next year so that I can take the write-offs within this year? Those are the questions that you need to be preparing for Q4, getting ready to close the year strong. So what exactly is the thrust for this quarter? Cost correction. You are looking at yourself and saying, hey, what have I done? Am I in line with plan? Do I need to make a change? Now, this is the time to do that. We are not cost correcting in Q4. We are correcting now. We are determining the cost correction that needs to happen now so that we can take action before the year runs out. 3 months is still enough time to make a change. However, you will only make a change if you are clear on what needs to change. So with that, It's Friday morning. My name is Ayodele-Bamisaiye. I'm excited to bring this to you, and we're available to support you. If you have any questions, you can hit me up. Talk to me.dexteritas.ca is a link. Discoverycall.dexteritas.ca is another link. If it's a quick call, discovery call. If it's a consult, talk to me. Let's have that conversation and let's help you get on the right track. It's Friday morning, and I want to wish you an amazing day and an excellent weekend ahead. Thank you very much for listening, and have an excellent day. Bye for now.